The console object gives you access to the browser's console. We've just seen that. And it allows us as developers to log certain results and alerts and warnings to a screen. But what is the console? How did we have that method available to us? Well, you need to understand the window object. That's where it came from. And the console is part of the window object. Well, what's the window object? Well, the window object is supplied by what's known as the browser object model. Or you can say BOM for short. Browser object model. And the BOM allows JavaScript to talk to the browser about things other than the content of the page. So yes, JavaScript can interact directly with what the user's looking at on the web page, but there's also other information that the browser window gives us. What other information? Well, things like navigator, screen, location, history. The window object is the root element of the whole website. Think about a king sitting on his throne and all his peasants and subjects beneath him. The king in this case is the window object. That defines everything that you and I can do on a web page, more than just manipulate its content. And I know it's difficult to actually picture, so let me try and just draw a picture for you. I hope it helps. Let's picture the whole universe of the browser and the web page and everything, the little tabs and everything in this blue box. And at the very top of this box, you've got the window. And that's the entire browser. That's what I'm trying to say. That defines the whole universe. And this window provides two broad categories of functionality to us. It provides us with a document. And that by document, I mean it's the website we're actually looking at. Titles on the screen. Buttons we can click on. The other thing it gives us though is things like I mentioned, the navigator, location, screen, the history. And I hope this sinks in because this is an awesome aspect of JavaScript and the console and how things fit in with each other that most people don't understand. And I'm sharing some awesome knowledge here, things that's taken me a long time to learn. So I hope you appreciate it. Anyway, moving on. So we know what the window object is, and each browser tab has its own window object. So when you've got two different tabs open in your browser, they can't share each other's objects. The one has a window object and the other one has an entirely different window object. The other thing worth mentioning here is that there are no standards for the browser object model. You know, like for JavaScript, we've got the standard ECMAScript. Well, there are no standards for the BOM. And the whole HTML document, you know, where we type our HTML code, headers, bodies, paragraphs, that is a property of the window object. Remember, because the window object is king. And a very useful window object is, and you guessed it, the window console. And you can access the objects of a window by using the dots. So window.console would be how to access the console object. But remember, we didn't type window dot, we just typed console. And that's true. For window objects, you don't have to write window dot. So it's exactly the same if we just wrote the word console.